What's good, everyone? What's good? Happy holidays. It's a little early, I know, but tis the season for a lot of people to feel alone. You know, um, I know all about that. You know, I definitely know all about that this time of year. I done been away from my family for years now. You feel me? So, like, it is what it is, man. But that's why I was like, yo, let's do a live stream. Yo, I did one like a couple Easters ago, and that was pretty good. So, it was I really liked my Easter video I did a couple years ago. So, yeah, I was just checking in with everybody, seeing if anybody out there, maybe feeling a little blue this season. Yeah, it's in the air. People seem to get very disconnected from each other this time of year. It's like by manufactured design or something. I don't know. That's what it seems like. Seems like the most fighting, the most drama goes on during the holiday season. It just is what it is. So I'm trying to be here for y'all and be here for myself and my dog. We in this together, y'all. So hopefully y'all having a decent day, and hopefully it's not a bad holiday for y'all. Like, we're just trying to push through this. What's good, yo? What's good? Yeah, I'm just trying to make a holiday video for some people, man, because so many motherfuckers ain't got nobody out there. And, man, I know what that's like, being out on the street and having left my family a long time ago. I've been out here without no family for holidays for the last at least 5 years now. For the last 5 years now, I ain't had no family for the holidays. So, you feel me? I'm trying to create family right now. Y'all my family. So, that's what we on right now. Just trying to reach for some people that might be needing a little love this holiday. Just someone to talk to, even bounce ideas off of, or whatever. But I'm just trying to be like, yo, I'm here for everyone, because, man, that's truly showing up for yourself, is being there for everyone too. To me, it's not a one-way street. You don't just show up for yourself and fuck everybody else. If we're all from the one infinite creator, then that's how we should act. You feel me? It ain't all just about me, 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 me. Like, we gotta drop that ego. That ego's gotta go somewhere, and it ain't here. You feel me? So, yeah, y'all, I'm just hello from Finland. What's good, yo? That's what's up. Well, that's what's up, yo. Happy holidays. And, man, if you ain't really got no family out there, you do now. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to put the message out there. Look for some connections. You feel me? Hey, what's good? What's good? Bill Impact. And then Brilliant Move Guy. That's an interesting name there. And yeah, so what's everybody up to this holiday season, besides probably a lot of y'all, always dealing with that family drama this time of year. Me, like I said, I've been away from my family in a whole nother state now for like 5 years at least. So Yeah, this time of year can be a challenge for me too, for sure, is what I'm saying. Watch out for scammers, right? Oh yeah, man, there's scammers everywhere, bro. There's scammers. Yeah, half the traffic on YouTube is just a bunch of, I don't know what's even going on, man. People are just paid to troll, basically. That's that's what happens. I've seen it on other live streams too. Just people out there just trolling, and it's all good. I ain't even worried about them, bro. Because what I care about is I know that the real ones will know what's up. You feel me? We ain't worried about anybody who coming up in here ain't on some real shit. Like they'll end up leaving. Cause my energy is not gonna let them stay up in here if they ain't on some real. So, you feel me? It's Tomorrow Winter Weekends. Yeah. I'm excited to do the last 2 pages. Yeah, that's what's up. That's what's up. I know. I know you've been man talking about that forever, and I understand. And but man, sometimes it's just like me. It's just like me. I wanted to go out and find some gold the other day. I super wanted to go out and find some gold. Knew somebody that had the equipment and everything, and he's like, man, you can't rely on anybody for things that you need to get done. If you need to get something done, you know what I'm saying? You got to do it yourself. Or, because you can ask for people's help too. You can do that. But, you know what I'm saying? If they don't want to help, they don't want to help. And that's just some reality we gotta deal with. So, for me, it's just like the same thing. I met somebody with a gold detector, gold pans, everything, but he had zero motivation. He's got the right tools, but he don't got the right motivation. It's like, oh, I'm tired, I'm wore out, this terrain is rough, and we didn't even get no gold yet. Like, found a lot of spots with the gold detector, was about to go dig some up and everything, and then, he dips out. So, it's about doing things ourselves sometimes, and it sucks when you ain't got the right tools. I know. I understand that. I know. When you meet somebody that's got the right tools, but their motivation's a zero, it ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work, you know what I'm saying? Their motivation ain't gonna just, like, all of a sudden magically change. You feel me? Like, what they're motivated to do is what they're gonna do, regardless. So it's like, you can only ask somebody so many times for something before you gotta somehow figure it out yourself. And I don't know. I don't know how to come up with the money to get my old gold pan, and so that way I can just go and make it my full-time job to just go look for gold and put it up on YouTube. That's what I want to do, but I gotta somehow come up with the right tools to do it myself. You feel me? So that's really what it's about sometimes, is the people with the right tools or the right money, they get too greedy. They get too greedy and their own little what they gain from it. People get just too greedy over everything. I just watched a video on YouTube where this garbage company charged a place an extra $500 or something like that because they said the dumpster was too full, but yet they failed to realize the business had a camera watching the dumpsters, and the dump truck driver was caught on camera getting out and rearranging the cardboard up in the dumpster so that it would appear to be too full, so that he could take a picture and send it to his boss and be like, hey, we got to charge them this extra amount, which was all part of the scheme to begin with. The dumpster was like not even halfway full. I seen it. So, you know what I'm saying? Greed is the fall of civilization. Greed is the fall of the civilization. And that's sad, you know what I'm saying? With the metal detector, yeah. Did I find anything? No, I didn't. If I had a detector, I would have scanned the whole country. Finland defeated the Soviet and fastest German with full winter defenses and attacks. Yeah, that's what's up. Yeah, man, we got there's so many battles going on in so many different countries. You know, from the United States here, where I'm at, you know, we're tore up from the inside, and the people on the inside have done so much damage that, man, it's sad. It's a scary time right now. We're so divided right now that, you know, that's why I keep trying to focus on bringing us together, because, man, if we haven't seen already what it looks like to be divided, so, you know, hopefully we can get it together. And Ukraine and Russia war ended. Yeah, that's what's up. That's what's up. Yeah. Yeah, I know. We got to bring war to an end, man, because even that was manufactured on some crazy stuff. Like, it's wild, yo. Wild. Hey, if y'all wouldn't mind doing something free that won't cost you anything, man, smash that like button, yo. Not even for me at all, man. I want this to reach other people. You feel me? I ain't worried about, it's not a like for me, it's a like for your other self out there, you know what I'm saying? Because right now we're going through the holidays and we need connection with each other, you feel me? So if you can, just smash that like button, it'll help. Florida is being mad at me. Yeah, Daisy is too. Well, Daisy's not really mad. She's like tired. Daisy's really tired. It's that time of day for her. She's like ready to take a nap. But, you know, we went to the river for a little bit, and then, you know, no cell phone service out there. We went out there for just a little bit today. I had to dump my RV, the sewage, you know, so went out and toiled some nature, and but they didn't do it. Why? I'm sorry, what didn't they do? It's so good to see you. I'm sorry not to be there today. Yeah, no, I know all about that, man. That's why I was letting that go in my last live stream, and I was letting my frustration out, and I gained a subscriber while doing so. So that's what's up. You know, I've been at hard. Man, and but I was focused on, you know, the real people are gonna resonate. The bitch niggas can fall to the side. We don't need that. You feel me? I want to build something real here. You know, so if people can handle some real context on things, then that's what we're looking for. You feel me? And if they can't, then they can go to the sidelines. Because this ain't gonna be for everyone. You feel me? Not everybody out in this world wants to wake up. Not everybody out in this world wants to stand up for what's real. And those of us that do, we're the voice that carries. And the ones that don't, we ain't worried about. They ain't a part of this discussion.
You feel me? So they can come on in and check it out and whatnot, you know. And it is what it is. I ain't trying to change who I am and what I believe will help us. You feel me? No, I'm not. I'm not ranting anymore. I was just explaining that I was earlier. I was super ranting earlier, just because I wanted people to really feel me, you know, because it's time to stand up for our rights. You know what I'm saying? And luckily here in America, we still got this Constitution. I don't know what y'all got in other countries. Do y'all have anything that gives you any rights at all? Because it's a big deal. We're losing this. This right here is being destroyed as we speak. So you know what I mean? It's important here in America for people to stand up, and you know, and any other country that has any sort of rights, you know what I'm saying? We need to exercise them. So, you know, sometimes I get a little carried away exercising my rights, you know, but that's just because I got to speak for a billion people. You feel me? I'm trying to carry the weight of a billion other people that don't care about our rights, that don't even care about life. You feel me? There's so many people walking around this planet right now that don't even care about life, homie. So that puts a lot of extra weight on the soldiers that do care. So you know what I'm saying? We gotta carry some extra weight, and sometimes, you know, the tension can get pretty high from that. You feel me? The other day I had my dad say I am hallucinating concerning an upcoming solar event, right? No, I know, man. It's you know, I still have a little bit of contact with one of my family members, only one, and you know, they're in a whole other state, which is a complete. The state is ran completely different than the state that I'm in now, and I can't get them to see that. I can't even get them to see that. And trust me, I've been trying to get them to understand the whole solar event and everything too. But that, unfortunately, is just like way above their head, because they can't even figure out the fact that there's a difference between Oregon and Montana. You feel me? Like they think that how it is there in Montana is how it is over here in Oregon, and they ain't even ran by the same people at all. Oregon wants chaos. Oregon's ran by the Democrats. They want chaos. They want, you know, people turning on everybody, robbing everything. That's why they have such lax laws in these states, and why they're not hiring very many people. The people that they are hiring are people that have connections. If you're not from here and stuff, and you don't have those connections, then you're not going to be finding a job unless you do like ultra minimum wage, which I stopped making minimum wage 10 years ago. Why would I want to make minimum wage now? That don't even pay for nothing, bro. Like, I'm an adult. You feel me? I literally was making like 20 bucks an hour 10 years ago. So why would I then go stoop down to work for some minimum wage for somebody that don't even care about me? You feel me? Yeah, they are, bro. They are literally trapped in the old world. They're trapped there. And no matter what you say and do, they just remain stuck there. They won't even, the truth is, they won't even open up a video and see what anything's about. Anything at all. Not even if you try to explain it to them. Don't even just try to explain it to them. They still are just like, and man, I've seen this somewhere else too. That man, what'd they say? Somebody said, you know, we're getting our information from such different sources that, so like for me speaking about other people here in America, trying to speak to them, we're getting our information from such different sources that we might as well be in different countries. I don't know if that was, man, that might have been Ralph. It might have been Ralph, you know, the deep diver. I think that might have been him. I'm not 100% on that. I don't really remember, but somebody was saying something about that. I'm like, yeah, because he's like, you know, we might as well be in a different country. We're literally in like different dimensions because, you know, there's stuff that go on by what the news says. Well, I mean, of course. And that's what I was saying earlier about having to let things of this world go. That's my focus on this video right here, is to, you know, find our other selves out there that knows what's going on to help bring us together. Because otherwise, I mean, yeah, we got to let everything of this world go because nobody wants to see the truth. And nobody's wanted to see the truth for thousands of years now. Like, people have been trying to, you know, Jesus, man, you know, there's always been people like us who've tried to wake other people up, and still they slumber, they sleep. My favorite artist, Zero, just made a song about this. Yeah, that brand new Zero song talks about this. It's awesome. I love it. I absolutely love that brand new Zero song, man. Man, ain't y'all tired of sleeping? You feel me? Like, man, check out that new Zero song. So is the name of the song. Zero, Z-R-O, So. Type that in one time and see if you vibe with that, because that's on that real. But, so, you know, that there are many of us out there. So, yeah, we different. Without us, who would be awake? To, you know what I'm saying? Like, well, that's why we're here. That's why people like myself and you are here, and other people, you know, to other beings, as we know, you know, and yeah, right now we're just missing home. This planet isn't our home, and we know that. You know, people who have a mission on this planet instead of a job. Many of us know we're not from here. For many years now, okay? They were making music about this stuff. B.O.B. and Lil Wayne and stuff, they were making music about this back when I was in high school. So that's when I started to figure out, and I resonated very highly with those songs that were talking about not being from here. So I've pretty much known since I was in high school that, yeah, I'm different. And I even knew when I was a child that I was different. But, you know what I'm saying? It took me until, when did I really find my purpose? Like, I really started to find my purpose for being here about, well, I will say probably about close to, 2017. 2017, so that's damn near 9 years now. Wow, time flies. Time flies, because yeah, 2017, I had that, I was already awake, I'd already met a messenger, I'd already been down this path a bit, not to the extent I am now, but enough to know that, you know, I talked about a lot of things that I had learned from when I was 19 years old, when I met that messenger, back in 2013. Still seems like 3 years ago. Yeah, never regret being a good person to the wrong people. Your behavior says everything about you, and their behavior says enough about them. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, 2017, yeah. I know. 2017 is when I first had my own personal experience with the sun. And I had another experience around the time of COVID. So it literally confirmed the information that I was already on. And by the time I had my second experience with the sun during COVID, I went back and viewed this channel that had, I don't remember exactly, I know they had over 1,000 subscribers. It might have been closer to 100,000 subscribers. I'm pretty sure they had over 100,000 subscribers. WSO. And anyways, after my second experience with the sun, I went back to view that content, which was many videos up on that channel, and they were all gone. All of them. The whole channel. The channel's still there, the subscribers are still there, but the content's all gone. So that's when it was just like super confirmation that I was on the right trail and everything. Like, and that's when I started talking to people back in 2017 about the sun. So it's like, dang, I've been on this mission a while now. And I just finally, in the last 2 years or whatever, brought it to YouTube. Because I started just doing groundwork. I've done so much groundwork out there, talking to people out there, that I still do that, but instead of, because right now, well, especially the last couple of years, people, it's kind of hard to communicate with now, a lot of them. So it's just like, I wanted to create a little bit more distance rather than just doing all groundwork and put it on the internet too. So, but I still haven't really got into the videos that got totally deleted from 2017 when I found the videos because I had my own experience with the sun and instantly just was like, dude, I gotta figure out what I just witnessed. I gotta figure out what's behind what I just witnessed. As being someone who started driving at 14 years old and always having some Roke sunglasses, these are a different one. I got my OG pair over there. I was wearing the OG pair when I'd be driving because the sun, and I started driving as a teenager, so, 14. So it was like, anyways, I've looked at the sun more hours than a lot of people, you feel me? Because I was driving around all the time. That's what I did. And so anyways, this experience that I went through made me instantly go to where I was going and get on my phone and try to find some information on it. And it was that day that I found the information on it, on the channel WSO. So, like I said, all that content's gone now. And, but they're trying to cover up what's really going on. I swear they're trying to cover up what's really going on, because those that know about the solar event know it's coming real soon. And in my own experiences, nowadays, let me look right now. Yeah. So right now it's like orange. It's like orangish red out there right now, as the sun's like going down all the way. But then, broad daylight, it's white like a spotlight. Hey, check it out. Ain't this kind of what you see up in the sky? Isn't that what you're seeing in the sky? You know what I'm saying? You ain't seeing the sun, homie. This is what you're seeing in that sky. Shit's blinding, isn't it? was never our sun. So regardless, something's going on. Regardless, something's going on because that's not how our sun used to look. But yet, who in here thinks that what I just shined at the phone looks kind of like what the sun looks like in the middle of the day? It's white. It's bright. It's like a spotlight. Yeah, that's what it is if you go look at the sun during midday or morning, whatever. Like as soon as the sun's like up and out, and it's blinding. And it used to not be that way. I used to be able to put on these OG looks right here. These OG looks right here, man. I used to be able to put these on. Alright? And drive straight into the sun for hours without it phasing me at all with these shades on. The shades are so dark that I could drive into the sun for hours and not get burnt out. Man, nowadays, even with these on, you can't look at it. I used to be able to actually look at the sun with these shades on. Okay, these OG Lokes. I used to be able to look at the sun with these on, man. I've had the same pair of sunglasses, not the exact same pair, but the same model of sunglasses, these OG Lokes, since I was like 14 years old, first started driving. So I know for a fact I've looked at the sun directly with these on many times, okay? In 2017, I couldn't do that. You feel me? In 2017, I put these same shades on and I was driving and I got completely blinded. So bad I almost wrecked my car. And I had these on. That's when I was like, bro, something is happening because that's not right. I've been driving at that point in time, let's see, at that point in time, I've been driving for, since, like 8 years or more. I don't know. Just trying to do the math in my head real quick. Something about like 8 years, 9 years, somewhere in there. I'd already been driving. And I'd never had that happen before. With either one of these any type of load, I never had problems with the sun. So, anyways, then that's when I instantly found my WSO channel that now is completely wiped gone, and then right around that same time is when I was first introduced to David Wilcock. And let's see, I don't remember exactly which year I was introduced to Corey Good. I don't remember if a homie here is the one that got me looking into Corey Good, or if I found Corey Good from David Wilcock directly. I don't really remember. Maybe you might remember. I don't know. These last years, some type of details like that of exactly when something happened, like Love Pink Moonlust said, still seems like 3 years ago, 2017. Yeah, type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Time isn't right anymore. Something's not right about time anymore because, it used to be a lot easier to pinpoint when events happen. Now it's like, I don't know, sometime back then. It all started for you in 2018. That's what's up. Real close to the same time. That's what's up. And yeah, originally that started for me back in 2013 when I had actually met a messenger wearing a white robe. This dude could actually speak and write Hebrew and read it, like the old Hebrew. And Everything, man. This dude, real deal, real deal. I actually kind of saved him a little bit from getting jumped one time. Type of real. Okay, he was in he was standing up on business, and some other religious folks didn't agree with it, and literally tried to jump dude. They literally jumped dude, but I stopped it. You know, I maybe shouldn't go into any more details of how, but I've already said that in a previous video, and I try not to repeat myself on that too many times because you know what niggas don't talk about. But so yeah, crazy times. But that's when it had kind of really first started. But you know, then life kind of got in the way, and you know, I was dealing with a lot of things. I lost a lot of people. I was going through a lot of grievance. So my mission wasn't really focused yet until 2017. 2017 is when my mission became very clear. And wow, it's crazy to think how long ago that's been now. The sound crashed. Oh shoot. Yeah, I gotta stop. I gotta lower my tone a little bit on the phone because you know what I mean. This is all I got right now. I don't even got a computer. And man, I so wish I had a computer, bro. All the different editing things that you can do, and I mean, there's way more options as a creator that I've watched videos of recently on being a content creator, and man, I'm missing out not having a computer. I mean, yeah, I can do my little thing with my phone. I'm thankful for that. I'm thankful for every connection I do make. But I'm just saying, based on what I've seen, if I had the ability to do the right things, like with a computer instead of just a phone, I'd be getting a whole lot more subscribers and stuff. You know, and but it is what it is. You know, I'm just giving it my all with what I got. You know, because man, that's when you wake up to your mission. I mean, that's what you got to do. You can't be like, oh, well, I have to wait. I have to wait for it to be perfect. I have to wait for, you know, sometimes you got to just roll with it. Sometimes you got to just do what you can with what you can. You know what I'm saying? Like, because, man, if I waited for it to be right, I might never. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the times are crazy right now. You know, I have hundreds of job applications in, yet I ain't working. I got an active phone, yet it never rings with all them applications in, with my phone number on there. So, I mean, back to having to let things of this world go. Things of this world when you know you're not of this world. So it's like, I think, because yeah, I'm pretty sure it was in a David Wilcock video where he was talking about that. I'm pretty sure it was David. He was talking about right now, you know, God's trying to get us to see that we need to let certain things go that are of this world to let transformation happen. And it's hard, you know, when you have $8,000 that you've already paid for a property, 2.5 acres of land, and now all of a sudden I can't figure out how to finish paying it off. I only owe like $6,000 more, and I can't even come up with $300 to make my land payment right now all of a sudden. So it's like, and I can't even get a job. I've tried. So it's like, God's trying to show me that I need to let that go. And I don't want to, because I want to have land. You feel me? It's not fun being on this planet without a place that you can call home. And right now, the situation I'm in, I would really have a place that I can call home. I'm up in my RV, yeah, but I have to move around all the time. I don't get to ever just relax. Because by the time I get to somewhere where I can relax, I'm out of supplies. And then I got to go look for more money to get more supplies. So it's like just kind of a never-ending battle right now, you know. And I'm already halfway done paying off my land, over halfway done. And it's like, man. So yeah, I don't want to let that go. Because that's the only hope I have of having a home on this planet. But that's back to what I'm saying. Maybe God's trying to keep that from me for a reason. You feel me? God protects us in mysterious ways. Sometimes we don't. And other people really don't understand it. You try to tell somebody else this, like I am right now, man, they're like, that was crazy. Unless you have your own experience with this, you really can't say. Because, yeah, man, David was just talking about this like a couple weeks ago when he was talking about this. You know, our full potential awaits for us to let go of the things we don't need. So that's really how I'm looking at it right now. Is like we want these things. There's a want, you know, but I think that want comes from our ego side. The ego side of ourselves wants this, so it can look a certain way, so it can feel a certain way, so it can flex a certain way, maybe, so it can, you know what I'm saying? That's our ego. So that too, we gotta let go. You know what I mean? And that's a challenge in itself too, to let your ego go. You know, because man, it's like religion. It's like religion. It's not serving us the way we need. You feel me? Like our ego is really stuck to material things, and these material things are just temporary. They're all temporary. All physical things of this world are temporary. We're not going to take anything physical with us when we go. So that's why it's important to learn to let these things go now. Because all we need is God. And that's a realization that's like, wow. It's very humbling. And, you know, it's not comfortable to be humble. You know, a lot of people don't like to be humble. If somebody tries to come pick a fight with me right now, and I beat their ass, they ain't gonna like that humbling experience. You know what I'm saying? So we don't like to be humble, but when we see what's really good for us, sometimes humbling experiences can be the best things, the best teachers for us. And we don't usually see that at the time. Usually at the time we see it as a problem. Imagine being like, the solar event was all just a joke. It's not real. Right? Well, I mean, like, there's no way. There's no way. We know it's real. We know it's real, and we're not alone. This event has been recorded in so many different ancient cultures on this planet. And not only that, has came from higher density beings outside of this planet. That is probably how we got the 25,920 years roughly. I don't think David's wrong. if times have changed since, humanity as a collective has changed a little bit for the better. We don't always see that, but humanity has a little bit changed for the better. Not fully, but a little bit. So, times have changed since the days of Edgar Cayce. So his prediction still isn't far off if you compare it to his new self as David Wilcock. He's still got a similar prediction. And really, I'm good with either way. I just want to change already. I've been working on it from within. I'm not just waiting for it. I'm working on it. You feel me? So I'm ready. Like, bring the thing on already, man. We're tired of this density of consciousness that people are lost in, man. It's like I've kind of previously said, we're all on a different level of third density consciousness. Some of us are still really low third density consciousness, like people haven't had any real growth. And then there's others who our consciousness is expanding. We're getting closer to fourth density before it's even here. And I can feel the energy. And some days are very hard though. This is a battle we're still going through. We ain't in the cut yet. We ain't in the clear. We are still going through the storm. So there can be really good days and there can be really shitty days. And sometimes it's cool when you get a couple good days in a row, but then it gets you expecting a certain, this is how it is. And then when that bad day comes around and smacks you up real good, and then all of a sudden, now your next day is shit too, and your next day is shit too, and you gotta pull yourself back out of it. But we have some crazy times right now. This spiritual war is crazy. Crazy. It doesn't affect people who aren't actually working on their spiritual side of things. Because when I talk to people who aren't working on themselves and aren't working on learning things, they got no idea. Spiritual what? I'm not experiencing any war going on. Well, I think the intensity of the war is directly related to your path and your growth. Because, like I said previously, good change doesn't come easy. You know what I'm saying? We can't just make everything glory all of a sudden without a fight to get there. So, good things don't come easy. If she's worth keeping, she won't be easy. You feel me? So, that's something I've learned. That's that's why I'm still single. Because, man, them easy ones, man, that ain't no good. That's not what we want. We don't want to be stuck at a lower consciousness level. No, we want to expand. We want to grow. All the religious folks be like, nope, the solar cycle is not real and important. I don't know a strong person with an easy past, right? I mean, I'm trying to think of one. I might be thinking for a while on that. Because, I don't know a strong person with an easy past either. I really don't. You know, we know fake successful people, you know, who think their money means that they're successful. And that's what, unfortunately, this world has been programmed into thinking and believing that their real worth is a dollar sign. It's because they have forgot all the old teachings that were directly against that. No. Real wealth is knowledge. Real wealth is wisdom. Real wealth is knowing God. You can't be wealthy without these things, especially without knowing God. So, but it's really sad to see, coming from a Christian family, it's really sad to see where the Christians lie in all this. And they just lie in all this. You feel me? They don't want to see nothing real. They don't even want to look at the words that are in front of them in their Bible and see that maybe there's a different meaning to these words. So that's what I was talking about the other day when I was like, man, fuck reading the Bible, man. We need to figure out how to help decode it for these folks, because they can see all day long, but they're still blind. They can read the Bible all day long, religiously, but they're still blind to what's actually going on in the world. On so many different levels. They don't want to see any of it. But where I'm going with that is the fact that then comes the judgment for anyone who is not blind. For anyone who is not blind, we're being judged and persecuted just like Jesus. So, society really hasn't changed. Only little bits at a time. And we got to be thankful for that, though. And we can't discredit that. We can't say nobody cares, because that's a lie. We can't say nobody's waking up, because that's a lie. It's just not as many people as we would like it to be. All these years later, 1,000 different prophets later, and they still. So, but for me, that just hurts. For me, it ain't a control aspect. It's not a control aspect at all. To me, that just hurts. That just hurts that, Jesus couldn't help them. We're only helping a few, so it's like, we got to keep at it anyways, because that's what helps me feel whole. If I'm out here just struggling and I ain't making videos, then I'm not really feeling whole. If I'm not talking to y'all about all this, then I'm not really feeling whole, because I know about it. So, regardless, even if only one person watches for maybe 10 minutes, I mean, that's something. And we got to be thankful for anything. You know what I'm saying? And that's hard to do right now. It's hard. It's more hard in the times we're going through, to be thankful for things. Sound quality is really bad. Okay, let me try something real quick. I was born in Hungary. You're from. Oh, are you talking to the other person? Oh, okay. Oh, hey, okay. Give me 1 second. Let me try this again. All right. Is that any better at all? I tried to, go out of it and then come back in and let it like reboot for a second. Is that any better? Or was I just talking too loud? Maybe. I might have fucked up my thing. Hold on.
Sorry if I
spit on your face, but I just wanted to blow out my speaker a little bit. Is that any better now? Hi, mate. Greetings from Hungary. What's good? What's good? No, I was born in Colorado. It was just good for 2 seconds when you did that. Okay, let me try it again.
real quick. Close your eyes. All right, maybe I had some dirt up in there, because I like to go to the river and I'm all over the place. So, I like being out in nature. So, I probably got a bunch of dirt up in it. Is it any better now? Yay! I fixed it. All right. We back. See, I had a little debris up in there. It's all good. I'm glad it's coming through now. Very good. Good. I was, oh yeah. So you're born in, wow, how do you say that? I'm really horrible with, other countries, I'll admit. Now I can understand you finally. Good. You were born in, Kamaram. I've honestly never heard of that place. That's what's up, though. Man, I love this connection worldwide. Let me put on my light real quick. There we go. All right. I'm back. Now y'all can see me. Now y'all can hear me. We good. Nice. So that's what's up. But where are you at now? You said you was from there, but no, I was born in. Okay, but greetings from Hungary. Okay, so yeah, you are in Hungary right now. That's what's up, yo. That's what's up. That's really cool. Ram. Kamaran. Is that how you say that, kind of? Kamaran. All right. The town is famous for its thermal baths using natural warm mineral water. Oh, man. I would love to go there then. That would be awesome. Man. Just like I would love to go check out them pyramids. Man, for real, man. Who else wants to go to the pyramids, yo? And don't mind me, but I need a little nicotine real quick. I gotta let these things go, but man, sometimes when I have a bunch of excitement or I don't know. I smoke these just during different times, that I just feel like kind of really, when I really want to smoke a cigarette is when I'm kind of really high energy and because I have ADHD and I want to just bring it down a little bit. So I don't know if that's an excuse or not. You can call me out on that if it is. But for me, that's kind of why I think that it works for me. You feel me?
Marble Red is my favorite. Nice. That's what's up, yo. I got That's what's up. I have these Newport Red Hundreds. I just smoked some Marlboros the other day though, because I don't always smoke Newports, but most of the time I do. But sometimes I'll get some Marlboro, and then like every once in a while I'll still get Camels. Cause Camel was the first cigarette I ever smoked, followed by Marlboro, followed by Newports. So I still kind of smoke all three. I once walked through the King's Chamber and Giza inside the Great Pyramid. Oh wow, man! Was the energy very strange there? I've heard the energy is quite interesting. You know what I'm also really excited about? I'm really excited about trying to build our own pyramids. Yes, I can still hear. Oh, okay. Yes, I can still hear what I was thinking. Oh, okay. Before you continue, you have to fix your mic again. Okay. All right, sorry about that. Is that any better? Hopefully that's coming through a little better now. I think I got a little moisture in there when I was blowing in there. That's what happens when you drink a little soda, and then you have to blow into your phone. Is it any better yet? So I can still hear what I was thinking. But I mean, but how overall did it feel like a positive experience, or did it feel like a negative experience being in the pyramid? And hopefully my mic is doing better now. And if not, I might be able to connect my Bluetooth. Okay, hold on, give me 1 second. I got these earbuds. Hold on. See if it's connected yet. Nope. Gotta go into it real quick and connect. All right. Am I better now? Hopefully y'all can hear me better. I know, I need a computer really bad. A bit better, huh?
I don't know. I'll have to dig a tool up in the bottom part of my phone. Hold it. What is it? Is it better up here? Now it's good. Okay. All right. Let's give that a try. Yeah, yo, I need a computer so bad. All right, good. Yeah, man, I'm praying I get a computer soon, so I can bring a lot better videos, man, a lot better. I tried to talk somebody into helping me, give me a computer the other day for my YouTube channel, and they was like, no. They was only wanting like $120 for it. I was like, and they have 3 of them. So they have 3 different computers that they're selling. And I was like, bro, just, man, can you hook me up with one, man, so I can create some better content on my channel, you know? It would really mean a lot and everything. And they're like, no. I'm like, all right. It's all good. It's all good. But hopefully I'll figure out a computer soon, because I had an old laptop for just a very short time. Very short time. Like, how long did I even have that laptop? I don't know. It was not a very long time at all. And yeah, it got lost up in when I long story, but yeah, I don't have a computer, and I used to have a little kind of an older tablet. So I had a computer, a tablet, and 2 phones there for a minute, but now I'm literally down to this one phone right now. That's all I got for anything. So I'm just doing the best I can with it. Anyways, so hopefully y'all having a good night, and yeah, it's nice to make new connections out, you know, especially around the holidays. You know, me myself, I always kind of struggle a little bit during the holidays because, you know, like I said, I mean, I haven't seen my family in like 5 years now. So, you know, and yeah, I don't even talk to my mom anymore. Like, I tried, but at the same time, like, I was standing on some, you know, this actually just a bunch of drama, just a bunch of dumb stuff. So, you know, it is what it is. And, you know, unfortunately, I don't connect with my mom anymore. I have one family member that I talk to, and that's it. So, yeah. I remember running around with the message inside the pyramid. Oh, wow. That's what's up. That's what's up. Man, I remember running around the church with the message and handing it out to people, man. Man, bro, do you remember that? Do you remember when I was up in that church handing out the message, man? And then the pastor got all mad. Oh man, he was so mad. He was so mad. But then when I asked him to read it and tell me why he's mad, he wouldn't even do that. And he had no idea. So I'm like, you're just an idiot, bro. It's all good. It's all good. Calm down. It's just a message. It's actually back to my First Amendment right speech here in America. That's a right. That's an amendment. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, bro, calm down. Try to tell me I can't do that. Well, that just caused me to do it even more. I finished handing them out. Pastor, yeah, man. Pastors are, man. And, you know, one of my grandpas was a pastor. And, yeah. He was all right, people, though. He was all right. He wasn't, he definitely wasn't like a lot of the pastors you see nowadays. You know, he was still kind of old school. So, but still, yeah, it's really sad that, you know, religion ended up being a big tool that has been used to divide the masses. Like, something that's supposed to bring you closer to God instead creates a bunch of division. Like, that's sad, you know? But that was the design. Unfortunately, that was the design of religion. And man, it's caused a wreck, to be honest. I mean, if you look around, you know what I mean? Like, and religion has caused such a wreck. I mean, it's nice having people believe in something, but just their view on things are so crazy. So crazy. As y'all probably know by dealing with your family. Yeah, they crazy. But yeah, we the crazy ones. We the ones with the problem. Nah. Nah, I think we've been here before. And yeah, we've been here before, and we're too wise now for that. You know what I'm saying? I know I've been here before. I'm sure y'all did too that are up in here. Oh, you are American. I thought you were from the UK. As a foreigner, it's hard to me to make difference between the accent. Yeah, well, that's because I'm a Cote. So my last name is Cote with the little markup on top. You know, is how it was originally pronounced. But so that is what my family comes from was French Canadian settlers. So yeah, I'm my origins don't even come from really Canada. Really, it was wherever they came from before that. So yeah, I got a different accent because yeah, I'm not really American. I am. I was born and raised here, but you feel me? Like yeah, I'm more like French Canadian, and my grandpa on my great grandpa on my mom's side was Yugoslavian. So I had a little tiny bit of that too. And yeah, I'm a mutt, you feel me? I'm a mix. I got uh you know, both sides of my family and whatnot, and generations and stuff. Like they all come from different places. So yeah, it's pretty crazy. My great grandma was like one of them old school like English ladies, you know, like with the curly hair and all that, like uh very kind, very kind. You know what I'm saying? There man, there ain't nobody like my great grandparents, you know, they're both dead now and stuff, but you know what I'm saying? Like that old school kindness was something unique that hopefully y'all got to experience for a while too. Uh, I don't know if it was just where they were from and stuff or what. Don't you know which part from Yugoslavia? I don't because he was Yugoslavian, but uh, his family actually, part of his family escaped Yugoslavia during that war. So I'm not even 100% sure which. I'm not 100% sure on that. I just know that his people came from Yugoslavia and then birthed my great grandpa here in America. But he was like 100% Yugoslavian. You know what I mean? He was Slavic. You know, he got that dark skin, and man, he was tall and strong. Oh man, yeah. I mean, he was good people, man. Good people, but yeah. Oh, yeah, war was a sad thing. Happy they could escape though, for real. Yeah, I don't think everyone got to escape though. Um, I don't know. My grandma, you know, like when they were telling me that story and stuff, that was so long ago that it's kind of hard for me to remember all those details and stuff. But yeah, you know, it's crazy too because on my well, on my mom's side, my real grandpa, because my step grandpa was or you know what I'm saying, he was married, remarried. My grandma got remarried to somebody else, but the my original grandpa was in the Navy, and then on my dad's side, my grandpa on my dad's side was in the Navy SEALs. So like, yeah, I got some military background up in me too. And that's definitely played out in my life. And, you know, I definitely feel like maybe it's had an impact on me being kind of more of a warrior, you know. Um, and yeah, crazy. I mean, I've been in a lot of situations too and stuff, and you know, a lot of fights and whatnot. And you know, I'm originally from Billings, Montana, which is a very Wild West type of place. You know, lots of very fun place to be from, but a lot of crazy stuff went down. But yeah, war is, you know, and it'd be one thing if they were ever, you know, if they would just tell the real reason. They already know they can't tell the real reason behind the war, or we the people wouldn't allow it. But you know, they say it's for this or that when really it's not. So yeah, war just altogether is ugly. War is an ugly thing, man. That's why our higher density beings out there don't have as much contact with us anymore. And you know why they've had to keep a distance? Because this whole planet has just been too violent, and you know, that's one thing that I have had to overcome coming from military background, you know. So I was born with that, considering my mom's side and dad's side both military. Like I extra had it in me. And so it, you know, it's been it's that's been a challenge for me within my spiritual path here to you know, kind of get over that. And but you know, I'm here and I'm always still working on it, you know. But yeah, I definitely got a little bit of here, let me see if I can let me see if I can do something. Oops, a little bit different with the phone for a second. Oops. All right. Can you still hear me now? Just curious if y'all can still hear me now. I put my phone up on my case for my earbuds real quick. Try to hopefully that will help you still be able to hear me. I just got to I can pick it back up here in a second. I just got to real quick have a short little brief yes, loud and clear. Right on, right on, right on. I gotta, you know what I'm saying? Have a little something real quick. It's that time of night. It's the time of night. I feel the energy changing a little bit, and I don't want to be on that energy, so I'm gonna create my own real quick. Give me 1 second. Oh yeah. All right. I needed that. You know, just one little tote. Good to go. All right. Yes, I feel a lot better now. That was a much needed little break I had to take real quick. You know, I'm so close to quit smoking weed. I'm like so close, but I still need just a little bit every once in a while. Like I think that's about like the third or fourth hit that I've taken all day, and it's like 5:25 at night. So you know that's not like horrible. Yeah. Yeah, that's some good stuff that I just hit, man. And yeah, no, I know. Yeah, that's why I was. Hopefully, I got it far enough away. Um, they can see smoke and they can see like joints. I know that because I know live streamers be smoking joints a lot, but yeah, they don't like the pipe. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but yeah, man. I got my I got my little pot leaf hat on. You know, I'm trying to. Oops. I'm trying really hard though to produce a better image for myself. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's stupid because you know that's my medicine, and regardless if people want to recognize that as medicine or not, you know what I mean? That's like a whole nother discussion. But you know, it is my medicine. But you know, I've tried to get more sober from it, and you know, just take like a hit every like sometimes it's like hours in between. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's really what I'm trying to work on, just to you know help get my mind more clear. Because I have a whole lot of knowledge up here. You know, I've been on this path for years now, and I mean, just between the solar event and disclosure information has to be like that's got to be over a terabyte of information, like a lot of information. So it's like I got a lot up here that. So you know, I've slowed down on the smoking just to be able to really focus. Because sometimes you know, and it's not the weed's fault; it's the people growing it. Because you know that old school bud didn't do this type of shit to people. You know what I'm saying? It's this. Well, actually, you're not in America, but I'm letting you know here in America, bro, with the dispensaries we got here, and I don't know, it might be like that in other countries too, but man, they straight like trying to poison us with the weed too. Like here in America, we're fucked, bro. We get our food's all messed up, or water, or man, everything here is messed up. Like the chemtrails. I have I have a video on my channel of when they were chemtrailing right over my property. I caught them in the act and put it up on there, man, because I was like, bro, this is bullshit. I see them chemtrail just all over. They're just flying back and forth and back and forth. And so I recorded it, man. I was like, bro. So yeah, there's just a lot to talk about. And you know, having ADHD, I think that's part of the reason why I still fully can't let the weed go yet. Although I've cut way down. It's just you know, with just the right amount, it does help me. If I overdo it, I might get a little different to whatever, you know, but for the most part, you know, it's and Shaq Pragu, it was pretty cool. I was calm. Yeah, right? Yeah, for me, like, and I don't know, for me, it kind of just helps spark something different. Like, sometimes, I don't know, I used to be able to, so here's like, I've always been a productive stoner. So for me, I can wake up in the morning, and I don't really do this anymore, to be honest. Every once in a great while, maybe, but like for the most part, I don't even do this anymore. But the way I used to be is I would wake up and I'd already know what I need to get done, what kind of things I need to get done, and then I take a rip. And man, most of the time, that one rip would get me going so good that I'd set that thing down and instantly start going to my list that I just thought about. So for me, it's always been like a go getter, go get that thing done. Like right now, uh, so yeah, for me, it doesn't really. I don't know. I don't know. I think the ADHD or whatever. But because I know everyone's affected differently and stuff. But I do know also that this is a star seed medicine. Not everyone necessarily needs it. But a lot of us star seeds go through a phase with it for sure. And even David Wilcock only recently got sober from it, and he's much older than I am. So, I'm I'm getting there. I'm getting there. Like I said, need a lot less of it now, so that's cool. That's good. And yeah, I get to rambling on sometimes, but I like to try to help other people out there too that might listen in later and stuff. I don't know much about the USA. How is the average life there? I mean, how hard do you say get 9 to 5, for example? I am an electrician. How hard would it be for me to live there? So, if you have like licenses and everything as an electrician, it would be extremely easy because those are the type of jobs here that you're more like skilled in that particular trade. Like they're looking for a lot of like CNAs, like to take care of elder people and whatnot. They're looking for a lot of that, and yeah, people. If you got all the papers, to be bonded and licensed, insured, whatever, then yeah, you could definitely get an electrician or construction type, job pretty easy. Um, depending also, so for me, it's very hard to get a job right now. There's some factors involved. One of them being the state that I live in, Oregon. Oregon State is controlled by the Democrats, and it's chaos. Take a look at what's going on in Portland and what's been going on in Portland for years. Portland's been so, I mean, but I feel like for me, that's why I'm here. Sorry, I'm going to get off topic. I'll go back into that, but let me finish what you're saying because I like to try to finish up what we got going on. So for me to get a 9 to 5 is very hard right now. In the state that I'm in, they kind of back to what I was just saying about Portland and places like it, and even like California. California is really bad. They've turned a lot of the people just into thieves, straight up thieves. That's what they want. They want people out there breaking the law, all kinds of nonsense. Like that's what they want. That's why they made it to where these people aren't getting arrested. Or I mean, even if they do, they're being released right away if it's under $1,000. So you can go up in the store in California and cop up $950 or less, and that's not even regulated, of course, because you're not ringing it up. So yeah, I don't want involved with that life anymore. You know what I'm saying? I used to work when I was really young. I got a job when I was 13 years old through the HRDC program because I grew up with just a mom. My dad was in prison. I grew up poor. So, I was able to work young. I bought my first car at 14 years old. I took driver's ed at 14 and a half to get my driver's license by 15 and a half, which the normal age to get a driver's license is 16. So, you're able to get it just a little bit before then if you take driver's ed. Uh, so I grew up doing all the right things and everything, but at the same time, in high school, I was I was kind of into that lifestyle a little bit too. Like I would work, I had a job, but I was a hustler when I was young, and I wanted more, so I was really good at doing stuff like that, like what they're doing down in Cali. But man, like for me, once I got on this spiritual path, all that kind of changed. Once and not even just that, but I mean, just all the knowledge and everything that has just motivated me to just, you know, like I can't necessarily say that it's morally wrong for them to steal from big corporations that have more than enough money, but they took it too far and they started hitting the smaller places that don't have it like that yet. So that I do find against my values. And either way, I just didn't. Nowadays, I don't want to be involved with any of that type of stuff. But I'm just saying that that's just how it is. You know what I mean? I'm trying to be. For me, I grew up doing a lot of different stuff that I shouldn't even talk about. So, um, I'm really focused on kind of trying to help people in the right direction. You know what I mean? With my sobriety, as far as I quit drinking, I quit doing hard drugs. That's been like, it was around, I don't know. Time is so weird now, but I swear it's been like 7 years since that I got drunk or did any type of hard drugs. Like I've been clean for a long time now. I just smoke my weed and my cigarettes, but that's better than doing all kinds of other hard drugs and drinking, especially. So, like, I had a grandma that smoked until she died. Not that heavily when she was older, but she still smoked, but she didn't die from smoking at all. She died from something completely different. The hospital fucked up when she was in surgery and she bled out, type of shit. So, but anyway, sorry, getting all kinds of off topic here, but yeah. So, how hard to live here? That's a question for real because, yeah, I mean, if you have money, and it's kind of crazy because here in America, at least how it was, I don't know about now, but previously, they were basically paying y'all to come here, right? Giving you free cars, a place to be, everything, everything. Y'all was set, a lot of it. Not all. Let me make that clear. Not all, but a lot of it. If they knew what they was doing when they came here, they got set up with everything. Meanwhile, our own veterans out there homeless. The people who fought for this country, not all of them, again, but a big enough majority of them for it to be a problem. Why we have all of these veterans that they ain't even taken care of, that fought for this country. Yeah, bro. Yeah. So, and I just met one recently who still, I mean, he ain't as bad off as some of them I've seen. He at least has, he's not at all. But so come to find out, in the right areas and stuff, and especially like if you're a veteran, they make a lot of money signing, just holding a sign, And so for people like myself who don't want to get involved with crime anymore, and am also homeless, living in an RV, I'm not completely homeless. You know what I'm saying? I got a, I got my dog there with me, a little day bed for her. You know what I mean? I got drawers and whatnot. But, a double sink there. I got a 4-burner stove with the oven. It's a little dark, so I can't really. I have to take my light with me. You know what I'm saying? I got a bed. I'm not gonna. You get the idea, though. And then, you know what I'm saying? It's just a little basic ass bathroom. It needs some work and whatnot, I need to fix the water so that the shower will work, and then I'll have a shower. I got all my pots and pans and tools and a nice speaker and whatnot. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm content. I like it. I would rather be here than in an apartment, to be honest. As far as renting goes, I'd rather be. That's why I'm out. That's, I kind of got ahead of the curve, and sorry, I'm just trying to see was pulling up on me. I always got to be aware of my surroundings a little bit. When you're out here like this, you get messed with, not really by people, but the popo. You know what I'm saying? You got to worry about, and like depending on where you park, the people that work there and stuff. Like RVing has become very hard here in America. And if you look into it, here in America, it is very common for people to live in RVs. Like nowadays, the lower, families, families even, not even just single people, but families are ending up in their car or in an RV, because there's a whole agenda going on that people want to dismiss. And there's tons of information about their agenda. Tons of information. If you know anything about AI and what AI is trying to accomplish and do, it is scary. But, it isn't if you believe in the solar event, because when the solar event happens and emits this energy from the sun, it's going to destroy all that. And that's all by design. That's all by design. Nothing in this world is coincidental. Everything is already set up to happen the way it does. And this has even been coded in numerology. I don't know how much you know about numerology, but man, numerology really paints a really good picture of things. And that's actually what I learned when I was 19 years old, when I met that messenger who was trying to say that 9/11 was an inside job. Like, he's like, look, my country's not responsible for this. Look into it. Here's and that video is completely gone now. I do have a watered down edition of it in my playlist section that you can find, but the original video of that is completely wiped. It's gone. Has a lot of real stuff. That's what happens to it. But nowadays they just shadow ban it and make it so we only have a couple people in here at most, type of. Well, sometimes there's more, but this is nobody really wants to hear about this type of stuff. They, for some reason, want destruction, and they want to go ahead with this New World Order plan that's tied in with the Illuminati and all a bunch of, man, it's all satanic bullshit, man. And I ain't with it. I'm with Christ. I'm with God, and that's real. Ascension is really what I'm focused on. I'm really focused on this fourth density ascension that we're going to have here very soon. And that's literally the motivation that I need to to keep it a buck, like to be here right now, because right now I'm in a situation which, like I said, nothing happens by coincidence and stuff. Like everything is all pre-planned out. And because that's real. We exist in multiple densities at the same time. So time isn't as solid as people think. You know what I mean? And let me see what you're talking about. It's pretty. Okay. Sorry, I didn't. I wasn't seeing what you were saying. So it's not just a stereotype. It's true then. Yeah, it's pretty cool to live like that. I mean, it's a home, and you got a companion. Probably you have more than 50% of the people around the globe. Yeah, I know, bro. I know. And numerology. So numerology with a U, it's like numberology kind of, but it's numerology. But yeah, it's basically like the history, man. So if you take a date and you apply the laws of numerology to it to break it down, it'll break down into a number. Like, let me give you an example. So I'm just going to take just a random date. I don't know. Let's go the 4th of July. Okay, so let's go 6 plus 4 plus whatever year. Let's say it's somebody's birthday or something. Let's just come out with July 4th, 1997. I don't know. I'm just making something random up just to be able to do this. So 6 plus 4, because I'm applying the laws of numerology right now for you to understand. So 6 plus 4, 6 being the 6th month, 4 being the date, 1997. You take 1 plus 9 plus 9 plus 7. So you get what, 18, and so 23 and 24, is that right? Which if it's 24, that breaks down to 2 plus 4, which is 6. So then you'll take all the numbers. So you have the 6 for the date, for the month, 4 for the day, and 6 for the year. So 10 breaks down into 1, because it's 1 plus 0 is how 10 is in the numerology. So you take that plus the 6 is 16, and then 16 is then broken down to 1 plus 6. So out of that whole number we just got, broken down by numerology, it's 7. So, yeah. So if you wanted to know your numerology date, if you were born on July 4th, 1997, which is not when I was born, by the way. I'm just using that as an example. I was born in 93. But, yeah, so it's 7. And if I did that right, just off the top of my head, I might have missed a number or something, but hopefully that explains kind of what numerology is. So here's the thing about numerology, though, is if you take very important dates in history, okay, you take dates throughout history and you apply that same law, the law of numerology, to it, and you break that date down into a number, you're going to start to see something that you really can't unsee. So, yeah, I challenge everyone to do their own homework on this. And I will try to make another video, but it's just like everything else I talk about, very shadow banned and stuff. They don't want people knowing about all this stuff. So, that's why I say kind of do your homework on it. Which I say about everything, though. Don't just take what I'm saying as but you'll find it. But that's besides the point, and I'll still leave that up to you to decide. But, you know what I'm saying? I'm very careful about where I get my information. Very, very careful. Especially since I met a messenger when I was 19. That kind of set things a little different. And that person is actually who taught me numerology. Nothing happens by coincidence. Everything is already pre-planned out. I don't know, but that's what it is. And so is what really sets numerology off is when you break down September 11th. And I'm not even going to say the year because, yeah, it's a part of America history, though. And so if you do the numerology behind 9/11, you're going to find some very crazy things, including the amount of stories that the towers had. Man, the whole thing. There is a video on my channel about this. Please check it out in the playlist section. If you go to my channel later on and go to the playlist section, I think it's like the first one on there. In the playlist section. You'll see all different kinds of stuff in there, though. Really good stuff, man. I mean, at least worth checking out. At least scrolling through maybe something. You know, there's something for somebody out there. I know that. So, yeah, check. I've spent a lot of time in my playlist section with just a phone, so it's not as organized as I would really like it to be, but it's still, check it out. I thought it's something about the people just getting numbers instead of, oh, no. That has to do with the, like, you're talking about like social security numbers and stuff. Because, yeah, I mean, basically we are just a number to the system. But that's not numerology. No, there's a video in my playlist section, like I just said, about that for you to check out. So, yeah, man, you'll enjoy it, man. It's some a very eye-opening stuff, and when you start applying it to, okay, we'll use an example right here, and I won't get too far into this because I'm not even gonna get into it, but I mean, I'm just saying. So let's see. Oh, right here. Dates to remember. You might not be able to see that. So, like May 25th, 1787, September 17th, 1787, June 21st, 1788, March 4th, 1789. That's just a few. Those are dates to remember. So, up in the Constitution of the United States. But, yeah, numerology is encoded very deep in a lot of things, not just 9/11, not just, yeah, it's very... The original video that I was shown on this matter, like I said, does not even exist anymore. It was way too mind-opening. That literally changed my life at 19 years old. And, yeah, I'm 32 now. But I really wish that... So instead of really wishing for that video to exist, Actually, I could do a remake of that video if I got a laptop and stuff. Um, that's an idea. I could do because I know what it was about, and I can do all the homework on it myself because I already know what it's about. So, and that's why it's so important that, man, once you know something, they can go ahead and erase it, but you're always gonna still know, like, especially when you have experiences like I've had where you see things that it all changes you. So, but for me, it's been thing after thing after thing after thing because that's the path that I've been on, and somehow I was able to kind of start to figure that out. By the time I was like, I don't know, like, I'm trying to remember back, but somewhere around like 7, 8 years old, like, I definitely started to realize that I was different, and I was interested in things that most people wasn't interested in, like space. Super interested in space, Like, I've been always very interested in our universe, where everything all came from, all that. Like, and really to be interested in the universe kind of sums it up because, I mean, I'm talking about everything. So, um, yeah, anyways, I've always been on this path, really. And there's been obstacles along the way that have thrown me off of the path, but I always find my way back. And that's why finally I'm realizing that this is what I do. I I have a mission. I don't have a job, and this is my job. I do have a job. I just I don't get paid for it right now, which I have enough subscribers. So I do have enough subscribers to start getting some money. I now got to get a little bit more watch time up, people watching my content, and then I can actually make it my job, which would alleviate so much stress in my life and let me dive into this just full time, which I'm already basically doing anyways. Like, I'm not like full time yet, but I mean, I'm working on it as best as I can while trying to maintain my own needs to stay alive. You feel me? Because I don't have no money and stuff. So, but you know what I'm saying? I'd rather forget about that old world because I'm very focused on the new world. So, this and that all comes down to just freedom, and that's really what. Sorry, my earbud slid out. I caught it though. That was cool. But yeah, no, that's really what this boils down to. Is, I mean, right now we're in the transition between the old world and the new world. We're literally in like the dark night of the soul, as if you want to call it that, and it's just learning to let go of the things that we were taught was the important things of this world, like money and things of that nature, things of material things that make you flashy. Like I was talking about earlier, your ego. I'll check your channel and I subscribe. Thank you. Yeah, that's what's up. But now I have to go because okay. I feel it, bro. But it's good to talk with somebody with you. Man, I really have to go. Okay. No, it's all good. It's all good, bro. Have a good night, and then thank you. And I'm very glad for this connection. You know, every connection gained is another, that's it's why I'm here. I'm trying to help us grow together, and I love interacting with people because then we can start to bounce ideas off each other and all kinds of things. It's way better to be able to interact than to just blah 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 blah. Blah. I do get to going, and sometimes it takes me a minute to see what's up. But yeah, who else is up in here? What do we got going on? Who else we got up in here? Yo, I hope you're having a good night. And yeah, I'm really focused on doing this a whole lot more because, man, I got to. It's my mission. It's literally why I'm here, and I cannot ignore the confirmation that I get of that. Oops. And hopefully y'all can still hear me real good because my speaker was messing up, my microphone, speaker, everything, man. My phone, man, I'm really praying I get a computer soon. That would be really cool. It'd be really cool to have like a laptop at least, or I mean, at least that would be really cool. To have a tablet again too would be really cool, so that I can kind of multitask sometimes too, or create slideshows and stuff. Different things. I can do a whole lot of different things if I get the right equipment to do so. Uh, I just don't. Yeah, there's not a whole lot of. I don't have all the full options at all for being creative on here and stuff. Just doing it on my phone, compared to if I had a laptop, then I would have it a lot better. So I'm praying that works out. Hopefully I can get one figured out pretty soon. But yeah, I'm struggling to even figure out how to make my land payment. I'm gonna go figure it out though in the next day, like tomorrow probably. Because I got till the 24th and stuff, so somewhere right around there. But it's due on the 24th, my land payment. Man, I'm over halfway there though. 2.5 acres. I've paid over $8,000 on, and now I owe just over $6,000, and then it's mine. And there's water source only like 10 feet down, and man, it's beautiful. I got trees, I got huge rocks and stuff. Like, it's a really cool right? Yeah, for sure, yo. Because yeah, man, I'm trying to figure out that, because I mean, I don't want to lose it. I really don't, even though I'm not really. I'm working. I'm working on not letting it consume me though, and to just figure it out, because I want to focus on other things. I don't want material things to ever be my focus again. I've been there. I've literally, I've had like close to $200,000 before. Um, I mean, I've been in all different kinds of situations and stuff. Uh, I've never been like rich, but is what I want to say is, man, I'm way, way, way happier now without all this, without any like heart, just what I got, than when I had and was dealing with a bunch of money and stuff. So yeah, but I feel it. Yeah, it's been 2 hours I've been up on here, so yeah, I should probably I should probably catch y'all again sometime. I'm gonna be making another video tomorrow, so at some point, I'm not really sure exactly when tomorrow, but yeah, I'm gonna be back up on here and probably even maybe later tonight for somebody because it's only like 6 o'clock at night here. So yeah, peace and love, y'all. Have a good night, and I'll be with you again soon.